Hello, everybody. Good Friday to everybody. I am Linda. Carl's over at the controls.
Hello.
There he is. We're at the Colourwerx Design House. Today is Friday, December 11th of all days. If you can believe it, we're almost, 2 weeks away from Christmas.
Yep.
And today is... Yay! So today is episode number 25 of our Fab Friday broadcast. Thank you everybody for checking in. Please like and share this video, and also make sure you subscribe to our Colourwerx YouTube channel so you do not miss a tutorial or an episode of Fab Friday in case you can't check in here. Today we have another Brite Friday tip. As you know, we're going through the month of December with little tips and tricks to make your quilting easier. And the reason I have this quilt behind me, which is Disco, which is, if you like this quilt, you can get it as a PDF on our Colourwerx website, or if you subscribe to Simply Modern or you like this magazine, Simply Modern, by the publishers of Quilt Mania, it's actually included in issue number 21 of the magazine there. So if I can get that in the middle of the screen, there we go. So it is in this one. Look for the cover that has the parrots on it. This is a beautiful magazine, by the way, from the publishers of Quilt Mania. They do this other one called Simply Modern or Simply Modern, depending if you're in France or part of the European accent going on. But it's Disco, and today's tip on the Brite Friday tip for December is I'm going to show a little video on how to piece curved blocks. So I think we all struggle with doing curved blocks, and I don't think I think we can always use reminders of how to do that. So I have a little video to show you in a moment of how to do tips and tricks for curved piecing. And this quilt behind me, Disco, is all made out of several dozens of these little curved Drunkard's Path blocks. So I think it'll be helpful to those of you who might not have seen it. Let's see who is checking in from where right now. I see that we have Pat from North Carolina. Oh, Nedra from Arizona. Hello. It's so great to see you guys. And Pat is checking in from a very cold North Carolina. Yes, it's actually warm here in the desert, probably by your standards, but it's cold to us. So, and Jennifer June is saying, didn't we already do this? Yes, it's Friday again. I feel the same way. I just cannot believe how these last couple weeks have been flying by. In fact, the entire year has been flying by. Who else? Julie from Oceanside. Hello, and Chile, Oceanside. That is near San Diego region. And Nancy is checking in from Florida. Hello, Nancy. It's great to see everybody here. We so appreciate everybody checking in with us. I see Kelly is there too. Hi, Kelly. And Mary. And Pat says again, quilt goes with the jewelry, or does the jewelry go with the quilt? Well, that is the question. Thank you. This is the Tagua jewelry. You can get it on Etsy. You can get it at some stores. You know, it's made out of seeds, I believe, or the Tagua nut. And they shave it, and then they stick it out in the sun and dye it, and then they dry it. So it's very light, but it's also very colorful. Yes, circles go with circles, you know, all that stuff. There's a theme going. So let's check in with the Cactus Cam. I'm not sure anybody's out there on the course today, but it is a beautiful day here in Palm Desert, isn't it, Carl? It's beautiful, and we're having some beautiful weather there. It was kind of cloudy the last couple days, but it's cleared up here. We also give away a $10 Colourwerx gift card every week, as you know. So last week's question was, what was your favorite holiday movie? Of course, we totally botched it with our answer. It was White Christmas for Carl and I, and you guys so nicely corrected us. Carl came in with the title Holiday Inn.
Which had the song in it.
What song?
White Christmas.
I guess, well, White Christmas is also in Meet Me in St. Louis.
No, it's not.
Isn't it?
No. Ring Ring the Bell is St. Louis.
Oh, no, Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. I don't know. Anyway, so, okay, whatever. It's Christmas time. So, yes, what was it? White Christmas with Danny Kaye, Bing Crosby, Rosemary Clooney, and the lady with the very small waist who dances quite exceptionally. I can't remember her name, but that is our favorite movie. You guys were so nice. Anyway, so the winner for this week's or last week's $10 Colourwerx gift card is... Anna Liddell. So congratulations, Anna. If you wouldn't mind, I don't have your email address. So if you would be so kind, in the comment section, if you're listening, put your email address so I can get you your $10 Colourwerx gift card. Or you can email me if you're watching later at colourwerx@yahoo.com. Okay, so congratulations, Anna, for answering what is your favorite holiday movie. Stay tuned for the end of the episode, and we'll have a new question for this week. We are rapidly approaching Christmas. I don't know about you, but I am totally not ready for it. The house is in complete chaos and disarray between secret sewing going on with Island Batiks and some other companies, and then the kitchen bath remodel, which has totally created chaos downstairs at this point. So anyway, I am not ready. I don't know about you guys. I'm not ready. So let's see. Anybody else checking in before I move on with the big program today?
Susan.
Susan, hello from Vista. Hello, how are you? And we have, is that Larry? Larry from Morro Bay. Good morning, Larry. Thank you for joining us. I'm so happy that you guys are here and finding us. And Mitzi Gaynor? Are you sure, Jennifer? Mitzi was the lady with the very thin waist? I don't think so.
I think we have a correction.
Wait, no, it's Vera Ellen. Julia's right. Vera Ellen, I think, is the tiny blonde that hooks up with Danny Kaye in White Christmas. And she's an exceptional dancer. I mean, her moves are amazing next to Anne Margaret in some of those things. So Easter Parade is another favorite movie here. Isn't it Anne Margaret? Not Anne Margaret. Anne
Clooney.
No. In Easter Parade,
Judy Garland.
No. But Judy Garland and the lady who is Frank Sinatra's ex-lover that goes out on her own.
You mean Fred Astaire's?
Fred Astaire's ex-lover. Oh my God! Are we in the weeds or what? No. So anyway, Easter Parade is another great film. But if somebody knows, it's not Anne Margaret. It's Anne Miller. Anne Miller. Sorry, just got it. Anne Miller.
Anne Margaret's the redhead.
Anne Miller goes after Peter Lawford in Easter Parade, and Peter Lawford likes Judy Garland, and Judy Garland likes Frank Sinatra.
Now they won't have to watch the
and
movie
Frank Sinatra likes Anne Miller in Easter
away.
Parade. But regardless, okay, whatever. Now we're in the weeds. So let's go to the news of the day. Ho ho. Brite Friday sale is still going on in our shop. So in case there's a couple more days for the sale, this is our answer to the Black Friday sale. So we call it the Brite Friday sales. So of course, 20% off all patterns. Doesn't matter if you choose a PDF pattern or a paper pattern. It is 20% off all patterns in the store. So go ahead and take advantage of that. It's on for throughout the weekend. And then there's just a couple more days there for the Brite Friday sale. So let's get on to our Brite Friday or our Brite Idea Tip for this week. The Brite Idea Tip for this week is curved piecing. I have a little video to show you, and then I'm going to come back to you and show you, just give you a couple little tippers on this. So let's roll the video, Carl, for perfect piecing of curves. You usually start with an L shape and a quadrant, and usually what happens when you piece these two together is the L shape will either shrink in or become lopsided to the quadrant or vice versa, and that's where the tiers start. So to avoid that, what we're going to do first is crease the quadrant in half and create a crease in center, or you can mark it with a Frixion pen, and we're going to crease the L shape in half to create a center mark, or you can mark it with a Frixion pen. You're going to want to get yourself some Clover quilting pins. These are super fine patchwork pins, and I love them because I'm going to leave these pins in as I sew along the seam here. So what we're going to do first is we're going to actually put the L shape right sides together with the quadrant. We want to make sure that this point and this point are relatively lined up parallel to each other. And we're going to use only 3 pins when we sew this together. So we don't want to create a porcupine. We're just going to use 3 pins. The first pin that goes in is actually the center mark. The second pin is I'm going to take the L shape, I'm going to match it to the edge of my quadrant, but I'm going to extend the L shape ever so slightly by about a scant 1/8 of an inch. And the reason I do that is because I know my L shapes are actually more than likely going to shrink in from the quadrant when I sew this, and that way they will actually match the edge of the quadrant when I'm done. The third and last pin goes on the other edge, and again I extend my L shape about a scant 1/8 of an inch, and I may be over exaggerating that for the camera, and I put my pin in place there. again, I'm going to try to leave these pins in as best as possible when I sew. This thing looks like it'll never go together, but I'm going to show you that it actually sews together perfectly. So you put your unit in your machine starting at one end, and you're going to leave those pins in place and just sew along the edge like that. I use both my fingers, usually one finger holding onto the quadrant and the other two fingers on the other hand on top. And I'm going to pull a little bit to give it a little bit of stretch out on that bias so that things start to come together. And I just sew along the curve, and where I need to stop and adjust, I will. And then I come along the curve again, leaving those pins in place. Very important. That will make everything come out even. And you'll see, as I get this off the machine and take the pins out, you're going to see that my curve, there are no puckers in that curve. And once it's pressed, it'll be beautiful, and the ends meet almost exactly. So here you go. So there you go. That's kind of what it looks like when it's pinned together. Can you see that? It's really, really, really odd looking, but 3 pins is all you need. A couple tips on this. I use, again, the clover pins. This is, if you like these are at your quilt shop or Joann's or online. It's number 2. Oh, it's not here. How? 2509. That's what I wanted to give you. It's number 2509. They're called Clover by the Clover fine quilting pins, and you get they're about 1 3/4 inches in length, and these are great. Do not use these for handbag construction or anything that's heavy duty. They are very flexible pins, and that's why I like them. They will flex. I don't know if you can see that, but they'll flex under your needle and move right out of the way. So they're perfect for patchwork piecing and things like this, curve piecing, but they're not good for, let's say, handbag making because you'll probably bend them. And they are expensive. So this little box will probably cost you somewhere in the neighborhood of $12 to $13. So again, they're like scissors. Don't let anybody else touch them, but use them for precision piecing. And again, you start out like this. The other tip is don't starch your fabric before you cut or piece it together. Once the block is complete, you may put some Mary Ellen's Best Press on that, but if you starch this before you cut and before you piece, you won't get the stretch in the curve or the bias that you need to bring it around. Now, there are some methods that use a glue stick, so you glue stick all the way around the curve. That's great if you can keep your patience. I'm not very good at patience. So when I do that, I find that it works sometimes, but then I start to get sloppy with the glue stick, quite frankly, and I get lazy. And about the 5th one of these Drunkard's Path blocks, glue is everywhere. It's a mess. It's going in the needle. It's all over the place. So I like the pin method. And the other tip is, again, just reiterating, by having that L shape extend a quarter, like an eighth of an inch beyond your quadrant, that really helps so that when the whole unit is pieced and trimmed down, that L shape has not creeped inward, if that makes sense. That was one of my big pet peeves when I started doing curve piecing, especially when we owned our shop and I was doing a lot of Drunkard's Path blocks. Using templates and things like that were, template rulers, is every time I pieced those Drunkard's Path blocks, my L shape creeped in by an eighth of an inch within the quadrant, and then I never got a nice clean block when I was done. So by extending the L shape just an eighth of an inch with, and then pinning it there, and I exaggerated that for the camera basically, right here, that allows the L shape to creep in, and then it becomes even with the quadrant. So that is our Brite Idea tip for this week. I hope that helps you. Please share that video with anybody else. We love it when you share our video and share knowledge, and I hope that helps you with your curved piecing. Curved piecing is beautiful. It makes beautiful quilts, and I know a lot of you get frustrated and upset because it never seems to work. I guarantee you, follow that video, use the 3-pin method. It will work like a dream every time. It may take 1 or 2 test blocks to try that out. And the other tip is don't rush yourself. Don't go speedy demon around the curve, and only concentrate on whatever is going under the needle at the time that you're sewing. So don't worry about what's happening at the back end. Don't worry about what happened at the front end. Just concentrate on getting those two pieces, the L shape and the quadrant, even as they approach the needle, about an inch ahead of the presser foot. That's a big one too. We tend to look ahead and behind, and then we're not looking on the needle where it's going. So I hope that helps. If there's any questions out there, just pop them in the comments. Carl, do we have any questions going on? I don't think so. Susan's checking in from France. Hello,
Yeah.
Suzanne. Okay, so that is the Brite Idea tip for this week. We'll be back next week with another tip for December. I do want to go into another subject. It seems like everybody is coming out with a color of the year. And so we thought we'd have some fun with this with you guys. So, I posted on Instagram yesterday the Pantone color of the year. So if we bring that up, Pantone is like the color masters of the world of design. They decide what color is what, and what color is called what, and what color gets what number, and then everybody kind of follows along for in all the design worlds, to put it. That's a kind of a really odd way of saying it, but you know what I mean. So anyway, Pantone could not decide what color they wanted the color of the year for 2021 to be. And so they came up with two colors. We have illuminating yellow, which is a very nice, bright kind of canary yellow. And then, what is it called, Carl?
Ultimate gray.
Ultimate gray. And Carl's going to read, because it always sounds better with an English accent, I think, what their statement on these two colors, why they chose two colors.
We hope so.
Well, I don't know. It always sounds much more informative,
Okay.
I think, English accents. Have you noticed that with commercials? Everything is an English accent.
I'll do a voiceover.
In America, because Americans seem to think that English accents are that makes the product more important,
Really?
I think. Well, I think that's part of the
we'll
marketing, don't you?
We'll try it.
I mean,
okay.
I think that's part of the marketing.
Are we ready?
Yes, go.
Count me in.
Go.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, go with that statement.
Two extremely independent colors highlight how different elements come together to express this message of strength and hopefulness.
Yes. So, and there's a lot of mixed reactions on the Pantone colors of the year for 2021. A lot of people are really tired of the gray. They don't like the gray. I'd love to know what you guys think about this. So moving on with this color of the year thing, we went and looked at what the Kona cotton color of the year. Now this is a beautiful color. This is Horizon, and it's a cayenne, a pure cayenne almost, which is like a bright, bright turquoise blue. Beautiful. We love this color of the year. So one of my customers on the Instagram said, well, she liked this color, and wow, what would happen if we combined all these together? So we thought, okay, let's just do this. What happened? So there you go. There's a palette all of a sudden forming between the colors of the year. We have the Kona cotton color of the year, which is Horizon, and we match it with the two colors of the year from Pantone, and we get this beautiful palette going on where this would be a great quilt palette, actually. And you could do your backgrounds in shades of gray and things like that, with yellow as an accent color and Horizon or the cayenne and other shades of cayenne, because we all need value in our quilts, which is, lights, mediums, and darks. And that would be great. And, if you look at the quilt behind me, like Disco here, these are all Allison Glass fabrics. Go to the full screen from it. So Allison Glass does beautiful fabrics in shades. Well, not only does she do beautiful colors, but she does beautiful shades in grays and steely grays. So if you look at the white or the cream tones behind me, those are all shades of icy grays, white, and creams. And if you look at the deeper grays, which are now, I guess that would be the Pantone color of the year, illuminating gray, or was it called alternate gray? Ultimate gray. Ultimate gray, then you'll see shades of steely gray there. She does really great, Allison Glass again, does really great, kind of deep grays and steely grays that have a lot of blue in them. I actually like the yellow. If anybody was in our Lindarella Quiltworks shop in Southern Pines, our walls were always painted a bright yellow. It's a cheery color. And of course, we always, as a background color to fabrics, we always popped everything with gray. I mean, One of our best sellers, or two of our best sellers in the Linderella quilt shop were, and this is several years ago, were the Essex Linen Steel color, which is a light gray, and the Manatee Free Spirit Solid, which was a deep, dark, steely blue gray. Both of those were beautiful background colors. And of course, those of you who were in the Linderella shop will also remember gray grunge. Does everybody remember gray couture grunge from Moda Fabrics? That was a big seller too. So, oh, and then what was the other one? There was ash or something like that from Kona Cotton.
Ash.
So we've been using gray for a long time. I happen to think that a gray background, when it works, is a very sophisticated color palette to pop your colors.
Julie thinks so too.
Julie thinks so too. What does Julie say? I love yellow and gray. Love grays as my favorite neutral. I do too. I think it's very sophisticated. I used to do a lot with black and white, and that to me was great when I first started quilting back in the 90s. But I think as decor palettes move on, you see a lot of this. So for some reason, we went and looked at other companies. So for some reason, this gray tone and this blue tone are taking off in the design world. So we went and looked at other paint companies, and we ended up with, this is from Glidden, and they have a color of the year called Aqua Fiesta. And this is always interesting to look at what other companies are doing. So Aqua Fiesta is more of a tealy blue. It's not like cayenne or bright cayenne. It's more green. Yeah, but notice, Carl pointed this out. Notice the walls are gray. They've accented in gray. They've accented furniture in gray. The photograph or the picture that's on the wall is in gray. Whatever that is. That a cat? What is that?
It's a cow head.
A cow head?
I don't know.
I don't know. But the next one, so that's Glidden Paint Company. Behr hasn't come out with their 2021 colors yet, have they? I don't think so.
But they come out with a palette.
But Benjamin Moore came out with a G teal. So again, we've got this bluey green theme going on in the paint world. Again, accented by gray. Now we're going to go over to Sherwin-Williams, and I'm not sure what happened here. So Sherwin-Williams has decided that their 2021 color is Urbane Bronze. Now, this will segue into something we're going to talk about in a minute with the kind of the Chinese calendar and the Asian calendar where they do the year of the animal, and it's the year of the ox. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. So let's go to that one. So the year of the ox 2021 colors, because these are considered lucky colors, and you're supposed to wear these colors now. Aqua, and what does it say? Aqua blue and Read'em. I think they mean freedom. I don't know. Read'em, it says there. We got this from the internet. Intuition, imagination, loyalty. They have buzzwords. But aqua mixed with red and silver and white. And apparently you're supposed to wear aqua, white, and silver for lucky colors. Okay. So we thought we'd take this a little step further now. More than you'd ever want to know. But this is Carl and I. We get into these things and we get fascinated by all this, and we start researching all these things about color. So we found from karmaweather.com, this is kind of funny, the lucky colors for 2021 in the Feng Shui department. So this is if you really want to be Feng Shui in 2021. And you pick your sign out, or whatever year it is, the year of the ox, and these are the lucky colors for 2021. Now, the statement that goes along with this is pretty funny. And now think back to Sherwin-Williams Urbane Bronze color, because I think this is where it comes from. 2021 is the year of the metal Feng Shui element. That is METAL. So that would segue into Urbane Bronze with Sherwin-Williams. So to be in harmony, now we're going to learn something here. To be in harmony with the energy of the year, it is recommended that you wear these colors. This is if you want to be Feng Shui for 2021. White, aqua, blue, bronze, and gold. I guess I will not be in harmony with 2021 because I wear black. That's it. I don't deviate from this color palette much anymore. And but if you want to be in harmony with and Feng Shui with the 2021 calendar year, you're going to need to get a wardrobe of white, aqua, blue, bronze, and gold. Wait, there's more. Also, to attract luck on the New Year's Eve, you need to have a clean house, ladies and gentlemen. A clean house. Not here. And to decorate it with red, yellow, and orange flowers. Oh,
we could
what?
do that.
Now it gets better. Then you need to wear something red and something new. There's lots of rules here to be in harmony with the 2021. And this is the best part. To have in your pocket or your wallet 6 or 9 golden coins. That would be 6 or 9, not 8, not 7, not 5, 6 or 9 golden coins. And so, well, I guess you... Golden coins, mind you. Golden coins.
Not gold.
Not gold, not pieces of gold, golden coins. So I guess you have to go out and collect the chocolate golden coins and stick those in your pocket.
And let them melt.
And let them melt to be in feng shui with the 2021 colors of the year. I mean, who would know? And then the very last slide we have here is Shutterstock. So this was fun. This is a beautiful palette coming out.
We like that one. That's Colorish.
For 2021. But what is really weird about this particular slide that we found was Shutterstock is a photograph website, and Shutterstock is a you either can pay for the photographs or you can find royalty-free photographs to put on your website or in your newsletters or things like that. So why are they coming out? They're not really a design company as far as I know. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong out there, but Shutterstock is not really a design company. So why are they coming out with their own 2021, albeit I like this palette better than anything else I've seen, certainly better than Urbane Bronze from Sherwin-Williams. I don't think I could sleep in a bedroom with brown walls like that, that remind me of like bronze metal. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think.
We've got some comments on the color section.
Let's have some Yep, on grunge, says Jennifer June. Yes, she remembers it well. She was one of our customers in Lindarella's in Southern Pines. I love the blue and the gray. I do too. That's a beautiful palette, and you could accent it with the yellow, and then you would be, I guess, feng shui for 2021, Nancy.
Lynn's just joined in.
Arriving late, I love grunge fabrics. I do too. Grunge is a beautiful tonal fabric. In case you don't know it, it almost looks like a paintbrush effect in the back, but it's beautiful. It goes beautifully with Kay Fawcett fabrics and with Batik. So
more favorites for grunge.
I'm not a fan of white. Wait, I lost Kelly there. I'm not a fan of white. I'll go with dirty white, gray or grunge white. Grunge white is a beautiful. You're right. That is a beautiful blender too, a beautiful fabric for the background. Nedra says they seem to be popular colors from a few years ago. Interesting that they are reappearing. Yes, that is funny, isn't it? Because usually painting fashion runs about 5 years ahead of quilting and fabric and all that other design decor. And for some reason, the paint companies and fashion now are retreating back to 5 years ago. And we've all been using these colors now for what seems like 7 or 8 years. So we thought that was fascinating. So I guess I won't be very feng shui this year. I don't know. We always just do color. We're just color,
And that was Nancy saying,
my walls are a light gray. It's a nice backdrop. It is a nice backdrop for quilts. Light gray. It's beautiful. It makes colors pop. And again, I just think it's just a little more sophisticated than some of the putting it on a white or a black or things like that. What is a clean house? Yes, exactly, Suzanne. I have no idea what a clean house looks like right now. In fact, we should move on. So the other thing we wanted to do, one more.
Somebody likes the bronze.
Julie, if you can find bronze dimple fabric, it is amazing. Oh, you'll have to send me a picture of bronze dimple fabric. I don't think I've ever seen. You mean, is it the color, Julie, of the Sherwin-Williams Urbane bronze walls, or is it something else? I would be most interested in seeing that. Yes. Okay, moving on, because we did want to give you another little flash of our Colorish collection. Thank you guys so much for all your love and support this last week on the Colorish collection. But I do want to take a couple minutes to show you some of the SKUs a little closer up. So, and explain. So when we designed this, we designed it in tonal colors because we want these to be tonal colors that can go with other collections that we might have coming out in the future, or that you can mix and match with your fabrics at home. And so this is one of the first. There are 6 different designs in the Colorish collection, 12 fabrics total. So this is the first design, which is called Sexy S, and we love this. So this is a beautiful tonal moving S that is just kind of we
60s.
just well, it's 60s, and that's why we
Retro.
called it sexy, because it's got these little beautiful little curves through it and all that. It looks beautiful in black and white too. Hint, hint. Coming out soon, hopefully. It comes in this beautiful magenta in the Colorish Collection and this nice medium blue. Would you call it that? I don't know. Yes.
Cayenne medium blue,
It's
yeah.
yeah. And so that is one of the first designs. Second design is Pop Stars. So again, this is just a really fun, whimsical, kind of large scale. I would say these stars, the largest stars are about 2 inches across. And these are just fun and whimsical, bright stars in a lovely bright green color palette and a really bright orange color. And that they come in both those colors. And then the next design in the Colorish Collection is mini bursts. So this is a smaller scale, just little bursts of whimsy and cuteness coming across the fabric. It comes in a very bright yellow and then a very nice deep purple. And that's a beautiful palette together too, yellow and purple. That is, what would we call that? Those are
Mardi Gras.
No, but on the color wheel, those are completely opposite each other on the color wheel. So those would be complementary, I believe. That is called a complementary color palette when you go opposite each other on the color wheel. Okay, so that's the third design in the Colorish Collection. And the fourth design, 2 colors each of these, are our kites. So this is a beautiful deep magenta happening, and then a beautiful deep blue, because Carl wanted a deep blue happening. And not a dark blue, but a deep blue, and
Cobalt blue.
Cobalt blue, and
actually
then
behind you, they in that
yes, well,
just by chance.
There, deep blue and magenta,
or
over here,
no,
over
by
there.
your ear.
Yes,
Yes.
by my ear, he says.
Yes.
I can't point wherever I am. Okay. Anyway, so that is kites and that's the fourth. Here's one of our favorite ones called Mod Pods. And this is really groovy. And this comes in a very nice teal and then a very lovely red with accents of orange.
Fiesta
And it's very 60s and we love it. So that's called Mod Pods. And then the favorite of the collection is Color Blobs. And this comes in a bubblegum pink and what I would call a limey green. It's kind of it has more, it trends towards yellow, lots of yellow in that green. And all of these fabric designs have a little hashtag, hashy kind of background in them. So they kind of have a lot of movement going on and a hashtag kind of texture going on. So there are 12 fabrics in the collection. If we go to the next slide, you'll see it, and some inspiration. So there are 12 fabrics in the collection. They kind of, and next week we're going to show you some of the quilts that we have going on, the patterns that are coming out. So we designed it with coming down in color wheel order. They're not necessarily in color wheel order in this picture, but next week we're going to show you that. So, but there is every color, basic color of the color wheel is represented in the 12 fabrics collection.
And
so,
also we added solids.
And there are some solids that Island Batiks does that are beautiful, and so we're getting those in as well, and we mix and match those solids within our collection. So stay tuned next week. We're going to talk about our patterns a little bit more in detail next week and show you how to use the Colorish fabrics within some of these new patterns and some of our older patterns coming out. So we're going to talk about all of that next week. Okay, so I hope you, oh, excuse me, I just lost my voice. I hope you enjoyed the Colorish preview there again. You guys, again, thank you for your love. Make sure that you tell your quilt shops to go to their Island Batik rep to order Colorish. So this is a new company from Island Batiks called Sweet Bee Fabrics. It's the sub company right now. It'll stand on its own when they get it up and going, but right now you go to Island Batiks, tell them to go to their Island Batik rep, and order Colorish. It's coming out April 2021, and we thank you guys so much for all your support and love on it. We are really, really excited about it. So there, now, shall we share the question of the week? Yes. Oh my goodness. So for next week's $10 Colourwerx gift card, the question of the week, of course, because we've been talking about color, is what is your favorite holiday color? So it can be red, it can be green, it can be gold, it can be silver, but you know, people are decorating with fuchsia for Christmas. They're decorating with teal. You can give us a color combination you like silver and gold, or teal and silver, or fuchsia and gold, whatever you like. We just want to know from you guys, what your favorite holiday colors are for next week's $10 Colourwerx gift card. With that, let's see, where are we going?
Kitchen remodel.
The kitchen
oh, what?
Wait, really bronzy.
Really bronzy.
Oh, we're
Okay.
back on the dimples fabric again. The Urban, it's really bronzy, says Julie. Okay. And Kelly says, love this one.
Well, great.
Okay, so let's talk before we bug out. Now, next week we will be back December 18th with a new tip, and I'm going to have tips on paper piecing next week. So those are the Brite Idea, that's a mouthful, Brite Idea tips for next week. And like and share this video. Make sure you actually subscribe to our Colourwerx YouTube channel. Let's talk. Did I do the question? I did do the question of the week.
Kitchen.
Oh my God, there's just so much in this show. So the kitchen remodel, I just want to go through all that. So here we are in the kitchen remodel. It's been kind of a strange week in the Colourwerx Design House. Like I said, we've been we finished the floor last week. We've been dealing with the IKEA kitchen cabinets. And if anybody knows this, you get thousands of boxes to go with one cabinet. So Carl's been organizing what was in the garage, as you see on the left, to what is going in the kitchen. But we've also been trying to finish up a lot of secret sewing we've been doing. I've been machine quilting. I really wish I could show you these quilts. They are coming out beautiful, but I can't show them to you until probably a year from now. So sorry about that. Until then, we'll just show you some kitchen. So the next slide shows you kind of the sink failure. Okay, the epic fail on the sink. Yes, okay. The epic fail on the sink. So we ordered this sink, and it was a pretty big sink. It's a 24-inch sink, and we thought it would really work. But we spent one night, after a few glasses of wine, we auditioned it by, miming, like, oh, I'm washing a dish in this, miming away, auditioning the sink, a fry pan. It just did not work. It was an epic fail. It was too small, and we thought, okay, it has to go back. So the sink went back to IKEA. The cabinet went back to IKEA. So that's part of the delay, is that we had to drive back and forth to IKEA, which is probably 2 hours away from us. So it takes out maybe a whole day, a whole afternoon to do this. Okay, so then we are doing auditioning of countertops. That's going to be ordered this weekend, I believe. We are trending towards the one on the left. It's very hard to see in this photo, but the one on the left is more of a light gray tonal
color of the year.
High Mac. Yeah, color of the year. And of course, if I had my druthers, I would do like an orange countertop, but they, quite frankly, in our budget, I'm sure I could find one, but in our budget, they just don't make one. And of course, you have to think about resale value and things like that. So, and then this is the current state of the kitchen. Yes, we are showing you guys much more than we would ever want, right, Carl, to show. But here is the current state of the kitchen, complete with paper towels there at the bottom. We're kind of eating out of a microwave at this point, or out when you can take out. And that is what the current state of the kitchen looks like. So Carl's got all the cabinetry kind of built, ready to go, but we have to now start inserting the drawers. There's some slide out drawers on some of these, and hang things on the walls. So in the meantime, we thought we'd show you that we did indeed get the Christmas tree up, and it's beautiful, and we have it staged, which we always do every year, in front of our arched windows, so it kind of looks out over the golf course, and everybody else does the same thing. So it's when you look out across the development or the condominium course here, everybody's the greens, everybody's got something lit up in their window, which is really nice and festive. So at least the house is somewhat festive in one corner, even though it's really, what you're missing out of this photo is beyond those pillows and those chairs, the cave pillows and the cave chairs, it is utter chaos in the house. In fact, I am surrounded right now, which you're not seeing, by total chaos and mess. Up here in the sewing room of trying to get things done. So I do hope you enjoyed the show today. Thank you guys so much for indulging us on the color of the year. Make sure that you actually get 6 or 9 golden coins to be in feng shui with 2021.
Can you eat the chocolate and then put the coin wraps back in the pocket?
I don't know. I don't know if that would actually ruin the harmonious feng shui feelings that you're having between your clothing of aqua and white and blue and bronze and gold, and the golden coins in your pocket melting. I don't know. Anyway, you guys are so fabulous. Thank you all for indulging us again today. We wish you a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday season, a happy Hanukkah, I believe, and all that other great stuff that goes with this season. It is joyous. Be safe. Be sane.
We're seeing them next week.
We're going to see you guys next week, December 18th, same time, for one last December Brite Idea. It's all going to be about paper piecing tips next week. We really appreciate it. Go out and tell your quilt shops. Order up the Colorish Collection. We're very excited about it. Make sure that you get your PDF of Disco if you like the quilt behind me, or you can go to the Quilt Mania people, Simply Modern, and order the magazine, which is still in stock. It's issue number 21. It's a beautiful magazine. Until then, we thank you guys so much, and we love you all very much. Thank you. Have a great Friday and a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Mwah!